The RENNSPORT Open Beta has received a new update today, and looking at the 2024 roadmap, developers at competition companies seem to have achieved the goals they set themselves so far. For the first time in a racing sim, we can now get behind the wheel of the Spa 24-hour winning car from this year in the form of the facelifted Aston Martin Vantage GT3. There's also a brand new fictional community track in the Swiss Alps that doesn't have to hide behind Gran Turismo's Eiger Nordwand probably. Then there are a few bug fixes, minor additions and different times of day for Hockenheim. Let's have a look. Welcome back to Overtake, I'm Michel and we're going to start with the new track as it's really promising and shows a commitment to community integration. Tyrone Nukedrop Hasbrook, who created the Crest Da Cauras track for RENNSPORT, has been brought on board. Tyrone is a modding legend, has thousands of supporters on Patreon and also offers many of his creations and Assetto Corsa tracks for free to the community on our site, for example, some of which have thousands of downloads. I can imagine that he really enjoys working with Unreal Engine 5 because it allows you to take full advantage of the graphical power that it offers. And the result speaks for itself. The Swiss Alps panorama is really impressive. So here we are in RENNSPORT Open Beta 1.11, and when we go to the quick session we can already see the brand new track by Nukedrop. It also says here 10.7 kilometers and a lot of corners and even two different layout conditions not available yet. Okay, so let's jump on track and you are live here when we load to the track, and the loading times are just incredible. I mean, there's no AI yet, sure, but still, like loading such a big area, such a big track within less than 5 seconds is quite impressive. So here's the car in all its glory. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, I think RENNSPORT really nails it when it comes to like shape, the car details, like exhaust pipe, brake discs, all that stuff, like the modeling and also the paint texture and how the light reflects, like that looks really, really good. And we can also look back here, for example, cycle through the different light stages quickly. They are also visible from the back, so if I get back in onto my throttle, it also stops the parking brake here in the pits. And also, the turn left, turn right indicators also look quite nice. Also, if I turn off the light again, that looks really, really good. So let's get a feeling for the car and the track. Pit limiter would also work, and different dash pages, no. But if I cycle through, for example, TC or ABS, it is also well displayed here in my in-car dashboard. It looks quite nice. Yeah, let's just get a feeling here for Crest. And already Crest has many crests, it seems, and our tires are still quite cold. So let's look at the minimap where it goes. Like, this is obviously a completely new track for all of us, so we just have to learn it. Yeah, here in the shadows it's quite dark, like the difference between baths and sunlight and driving through the darker section that is of course in the shadows through the mountain range. Gives it a really natural light, and there in the background we can already see the Alpine panorama. A lot of road texture, like I get a lot of information here through the force feedback. Our 4-liter V8 sounds quite raspy. I think I prefer the impression from the cockpit. Let's see what kind of sounds it also makes under braking and stuff. A little bit of backfire, so the exhaust is also kind of audible. Another tunnel. Yeah, under downshifts. It's quite aggressive. So with the in-game rendering settings that I have now, I think you can get this like ghosting quite good under control, and also the image is kind of sharp. I will just quickly show what my settings are. It looks really beautiful. Like this shot with the rear light and the Alpine panorama, it's really impressive. Yeah, and that's the upscaling method I use, TSR with the anti-aliasing setting. Yeah, and that really shows the best results for me when it comes to these ghosting effects of Unreal Engine. Like, if you still look down to the diffuser, it's still visible a little bit, but especially around the rear arches, next to these like openings just behind the tires, the rear tires. And now you can also see the ghosting a little bit on the spoiler edges, but it's yeah, not as bad as with the other anti-aliasing or upscaling methods. So here we are back at the start-finish straight. Turn 1. Yeah, not too easy. Like, this corner is very technical. And then also here like a blind uphill chicane. Yeah, also these like super long right-handers, some of them going up the mountain and stuff. Like, now we come into this arena. Like, this track, it's not only visually beautiful. There's some micro stutter in this particular section just before the tunnel. Saw that several times now. But this track is just not graphically beautiful, but also the track layout is superb. I think racing here will be fun. Yeah, some pop-in of specific details there for the mountains and vegetation sometimes, but hey, that's why we are in open beta. Chicane here. Can we go full throttle? Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Like, if you get it right, full throttle through here, and then brake for this like 90-degree corner just before we go to a quick left into the next tunnel. This reminds me a little bit of Deep Forest Raceway, I have to say, of Gran Turismo, that's also located in the Swiss Alps. Now, I think this is where RENNSPORT really can set itself apart, offering some more variation in the track roster, also add some nice fantasy tracks, and this one is already a really nice one. Here's the pit entry. Okay, so Hockenheim now also has the option of changing the conditions, in case you wonder where you can like quickly set it to like for example 7 PM or something. It's in the conditions tab, so when you have the track selection you will find that here to also play around with different times of day, just in case you wonder. With the scattered clouds, it looks quite nice. Here's the Praga as well. Does it also have... yeah, it also has some different light stages that we can cycle through. So this is light stage 1 and 2. Does it also have indicators? Oh yeah. So that's now 7 PM here in the Praga R1, and that's a fun to drive, nimble car. Feels really good. From the inside it sounds a bit like a vacuum cleaner, but sometimes that's just the case with these cars, with these engines. So yeah, get on the throttle again, because this car is like I said, very nimble. And okay, here the ghosting is a bit stronger in these light conditions, but that's a quite nice effect there. When shifting down, for example, you get this little exhaust flame and also a little smoke effect behind your car. But hey, that's fun already. Chasing down some of your own lap times and stuff. Yeah, let's see how it looks a little bit darker. Whoops. Yeah, that's maybe not true to what 10 PM in June at Hockenheim would be like, so I guess they just haven't applied the correct season to these like times, because like 10 would be still like dawn, something like that. So that looks quite dark already, like it's midnight. Yeah, okay, so the direction of the light really, like this spreads more to the sides, and this is a more like distance-focused light. Yeah, look at our light, yeah, just shining onto the grandstands. That looks really good. I think graphics, even though they still seem to have a more like raw Unreal Engine graphic without an own style or anything, but it just looks really good and is promising, especially when they add like weather effects or dynamic weather, sun bathing through like fog and rain and stuff. So that will look just amazing. I think among Automobilista 2, maybe the upcoming Aston Martin Evo and Gran Turismo, this is among the best looking racing games for next year for sure. With my CSDD Plus, I get a really good feel for what the car does. I mean, also last time in July when we had our latest update video here on the channel, we were all quite happy with how the car feels. So this is definitely going into a right direction. Yeah, they are also still collecting feedback, so that's important. Also, if you complain, then feel free to send them your feedback of what is missing or how the car's handling feel can be improved, but I think they are indeed on a very good way. Nice. Yeah, looks good, promising, but also still a lot of work ahead here for RENNSPORT. Yeah, towards the end I have a few small details from the patch notes that might be of interest to some of you. More physics changes for the Praga R1 to improve the car's drivability is of course a topic for Jimmy Broadbent. Let's see if he's satisfied with the changes. Furthermore, they are now working with Unreal Engine 5.4.4, which was also only released in August as a hotfix to the major 5.4 update from April 2024. Camus owners should be happy about this integrated Camus API, which sends some game telemetry data to Camus-produced hardware. Then there's a long list of improvements and bug fixes, including replays, UI and tracks. Of course, we are still waiting for many of the basic features that make RENNSPORT a complete sim that you return to regularly. But the fact that we've got a great Nordschleife, the open beta is now in Steam, and everything is gradually filling up with content is a good step. We're excited about what's coming in Q4, which was announced under the theme of endurance. An AI would also be nice, as well as native triple screen support and better VR performance. What do you think? Will RENNSPORT have a chance to attack again with more features towards 2025 in the direction of iRacing, AC Evo, Le Mans Ultimate, Automobilista 2 and so on? What would you like to see? What are you missing? Let us know in the comments. Here you can watch our review of the MOZA Lamborghini Essenza wheel. Have fun with that, and until the next video or stream. Bye bye!